A little while back, we compared the then-new SRT Viper GTS to the Corvette ZR1. Loser, Viper. The two American supercars were so similar that we could barely tell them apart on the street. The track, however, proved to be a different story. Not only was race car driver Randy Pobst over 2 seconds a lap faster in the ZR1, he wound up setting the Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca production car lap record, 1 minute, 33.69 seconds. Needless to say, SRT boss Ralph Gilles was pissed. He publicly stated that Randy has always been afraid of the Viper, but that was just the anger talking. What Ralph really did was speed up a special program that SRT was working on. We hoped they'd go with MTS, or Motor Trend Special. Instead, they're calling the new Viper the TA. Like a Porsche GTS, the Viper TA comes standard with all the performance options available on other Vipers, specifically the Carbon Aero kit and the wheels, brakes, and tires track pack. However, the brakes are twice as thick. The TA track pack rotors are also 5mm wider. Two-mode suspension has both a smooth track and a rough track setting. Noticeably absent is any sort of street mode. The X-Brace is now made from carbon fiber and weighs 2 pounds less. All the badges are now weight-saving stickers. Many people, including us, thought tires maybe had something to do with the ZR1's victory, so we brought in an expert, Matt Edmonds from Tire Rack. I'm here with Matt Edmonds, and you are the Vice President of Tire Rack. The reason we've brought Matt out here is because when we did the comparison test between the Corvette ZR1 and the Viper GTS, the Corvette won, and SRT raised a few, let's call them red flags. And they said one of the reasons the Viper lost was driver confidence. And another one were the tires. And they said that the Michelin Cups were closer to, let's say, a racing slick than they were to a multi-season street tire. So what I want to ask you is, they've changed the suspension, but the power is the same, and the tires now are the same. It's still the Pirelli Corsas on the Viper TA. Does Randy have a shot at coming close to, tying, or even beating the Corvette ZR1?
You know, tires do make the difference, obviously.
Sure.
And I think that with SRT having the time to develop the car a little more, maybe tune it to get the maximum out of the tires, I mean, that's very, very important. He's got a shot, I think. I mean, this Corsa has a lot of that F1 technology.
Got a shot at beating the ZR1?
You know, that could be possible.
You heard it here. We're going to go find out.
Okay, we're coming into turn 11 hairpin. Starting our lap at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca. A little bit of power oversteer off the hairpin. Up to third gear, we're over 100 already. Fourth gear. Turn 1 is really a turn in this Viper. Into the brake zone. Nice firm brake pedal. Could use a little more bite. Looking ahead, a little stable in the middle. Oh yeah, we're putting the power down now. We've warmed up those tires coming out of the hairpin. Turn 3. Now we're warming up the left rear. See that little kick sideways? The Viper not perfectly stable at turn in. but it feels good in the middle of the corner. Good on the exit. Third gear, over 6,000. Fourth gear, headed for turn 5. Into the brakes, carry a lot of speed in. Let the banking catch the car. Up the hill, past the sound meter at Mazda Raceway, Laguna Seca. Into turn 6. We're back to third. Big bump at the apex, loosens up the back. The Viper doesn't like the big bump in that corner in turn 6. Now we're into the corkscrew, heavy braking. Keeping it in third gear again to use this car. Use the power, not abuse it. Down the hill, turn 9, big sweeper, good balance, feeding the power. Out of 9 into 10, to downhill corner. I can feel that tail wiggle when I turn in, and then the Viper settles down. Into the turn 10, turn 11 hairpin, second gear corner, putting the power into the ground, and off we go. Good exit, back through the gears, cross the finish line, boom, I think that's done.
Randy, here we are once again at Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca, where you have once again set the production car lap record. How you feeling?
For one, I'm relieved. Number two, just elated. I really wanted it. I mean, there's a great competition here between the Corvette ZR1 and the Viper whatever model. In this case, the newest track-friendly TA model.
Right.
And boy, was it a mega leap step forward. I don't know, I think it's in the shocks. It's just a much better handling car. I felt comfortable in it, and I'm just happy to be here with Motor Trend again.
Well, that's what's so funny is there was so much, for lack of a better term, internet chatter. The tires, the Corvette had these cheaty tires and all that stuff. But SRT, they left the Pirelli courses on the Viper. They just fixed the shocks. And that's what, we said when we drove the car, was that, it was twitchy on turn in and it was oversteering a lot, and they tamed it a little bit, and it's 2 seconds a lap faster, more than 2 seconds. So that's pretty incredible.
That is a lot on the same tire.
Yeah.
And it just shows what a great job those guys can do. And the other car we drove was a pre-production model.
Yeah, sure.
It had some weird parts on it. It was not a production line item. And here at Mazda Raceway, we've been able to try several models, and they're much better. And getting to know the SRT team has been really enjoyable for me. They remind me of a race team.
Sure.
There's a small group of dedicated enthusiasts. I mean, these guys love
cars. They just
cars.
want to make the cars go faster.
Yeah, they just want to make them faster, and they've got a brute here, and it was a huge improvement.
Right. Now, speaking of improvements, we're about to break the rules a little bit and do something that has no meaning, but it's going to be a lot of fun, and that is we're going to take that car and put a set of racing slicks on it and then put this guy in the driver's seat and see what he can do.
It's like steroids.
Once again, here I am, standing on Mazda Raceway Laguna Seca in front of the vehicle that holds the production car lap record. This orange monster did it in 1 minute, 33.62 seconds. The TA is the car that SRT boss Ralph Gilles says Motor Trend forced him to build. I'm glad that we did. And as it turns out, Randy Popst isn't afraid of Vipers after all. The only thing left to ask is, Corvette, what you got?